With headlines today, the big story we're tracking, Indian Air Force has confirmed that a C-130J that took off from Agra at around 10 this morning crashed roughly 72 miles near Gwalior. This aircraft was a part of the 77th Squadron of the Air Force, barely 2 years old. It had a carrying capacity of approximately 300 people, but we still don't have details about exactly how many people were on board this aircraft. But a confirmation has come in that there were no survivors in the crash. The Air Force has deployed helicopters and aircraft to try and spot the crash site. That's the map that we're putting out for you. A short distance between Agra and Gwalior. The plane crashing roughly between 10 and 11 this morning. Let's get a word from our Deputy Editor Shivaru, who's joining us on the phone line. Shiv, has the Air Force been able to spot the crash site?
They have been able to spot the crash site, Simi. In fact, 2 helicopters have gotten airborne from the Gwalior Airport station, and we understand that they have been able to reach the crash site. We've got confirmation, like we reported a short while ago, that tragically there are no survivors in this crash. As we first, there was a 5-man crew manning this aircraft, which is like we reported, the minimum crew that required to actually fly the aircraft. That is 2 pilots, a flight engineer, a load master, and another maintenance maintenance crew. No survivors in the crash. The exact circumstances are unknown at this time. Really, all we do really know is that this aircraft was on a training mission, which are routine in the Air Force. These are flights that are undertaken by personnel on a literally daily basis to keep the aircraft airworthy and personnel in flying form. This aircraft, like you said, flew from Agra at about 10 this morning, and it crashed a very while later because the flying distance isn't very much, about 72 miles west of Gwalior. No survivors. The interesting thing is, or the tragic thing is really, Simi, that the aircraft was in absolutely perfect condition. Remember, it's only about 3 years old. The weather conditions were absolutely fine. We can pretty much pull that out because there were no storm clouds or anything of that kind. And even if there were, this is an aircraft that's built for all weather conditions, day or night flying. In fact, the Super Hercules, a variant of the Super Hercules, is actually equipped to fly into cyclonic storms, to conduct weather surveys. So this is an aircraft that's literally built from the ground up, to fly in pretty much the worst weather conditions. Right. So weather being ruled out at this stage, which leaves very little to work with as far as the crash investigators are concerned. They will, of course, get the black box, the flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder, all the ATC recordings about what really happened, all conversations on board, all maintenance data, it's an enormously complicated task, right, the crash investigation, and it could take many weeks. So we're expecting to get some prima facie sense of what really happened in perhaps the next 1 or 2 hours, I think.
A huge loss for the Air Force and tragic loss of lives. Shivaru, thanks so much for taking us through developments. We'll continue tracking this story on Headlines Today.